Good morning, guys. I hope everyone is doing well. It is officially fall. It is time. The leaves are falling and changing. So welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name is Madison Book. I'm a clinical social worker with a location in Oakley and Grainfield, but also able to serve all Kansas residents via telehealth.
And I'm Brooke Briggs. I have Western Roots Medical Clinic here in Grainfield, and we are excited to bring you some not new information today. I saw a group of people for this morning, and it kind of spurred on a thought process of the importance of oxygenation.
Mm-hmm.
And you may think, why does Madison care about oxygenation? But there are so many reasons for adults and children to be thoughtful about oxygenation.
Yeah, so it actually impacts every single cell in our body, which then impacts every function. So muscle soreness, fatigue, brain fog, tension and clenching leading to like anxiety symptoms. When our body starts to feel depleted or is of oxygen, every cell starts to work a little bit slower.
Your kiddo, if they are displaying ADHD or anxiety tendencies, should be evaluated for sleep apnea and adequate oxygenation. If you are an adult and you are displaying fatigue in the morning, brain fog, short-term memory problems, anxiety, you should be evaluated for sleep apnea. And I don't mean that everybody needs sleep apnea tests, but you can see so much in somebody's mouth. I would bet I'm probably 75% accurate by looking at somebody's mouth and being like, you have sleep apnea. Just by looking with a light into somebody's mouth, looking at the shape of their soft palate, looking at how much clearance there is in the back of their mouth. Sometimes you have a kid open their mouth, say ah, and all you can see is giant tonsils in the back, and there's literally like no room except for tonsils.
Yeah.
That kid, if you show me that kid's mouth, I will say that kid probably has ADHD symptoms.
So I didn't ask ahead of time that I was going to say this. So how much of that is biomechanics and biological, like how your body was built, and how much of that is possibly you're able to restore and fix through regulation practices and actually re-strengthening and placing
therapy.
Yeah.
So I would say, the easy answer for people in the US is CPAP. Nobody likes CPAP machines. It's really terrible. Nobody likes them. Except people who wear them. They like them actually. But there are so many tricks to being able to first of all, if we do have enlarged tonsils, we're looking for allergen-inducing things. We're looking for environmental triggers. We're looking for food triggers. We're looking for tongue posture. Tongue posture is so huge. The strength of your tongue.
Strength, which means you're able to build and grow on.
Yeah. And then you're also looking at the strength of your posterior palate, your soft palate, and so when you say ah, your soft palate should raise in response to your ah, and if it doesn't, then we've actually lost the muscle tone in the back of the palate. So there's so much that can be done. My dream someday would be that we would have a myofascial therapist, myofascial functional therapist in the office to help people, because there are so many things associated with the tongue and the brain.
Oh yeah. I would imagine, guys, there's a handful of you watching this video that if you stuck your tongue out and said ah, your tongue actually won't, it'll be like curved. It won't actually drop and let you push that ah out and drop that tongue into the bottom of the roof of your bottom of your mouth. Because you don't strengthen it. We don't use it. We don't separate that muscle and give it attention. But we can exercise all of those different parts of our mouth just like we exercise the rest of our body.
Did you know that your tongue should rest almost always completely suctioned to the roof of your mouth?
How many?
Almost always.
I would love to know in the comments how many of you were just like, crap.
If your tongue sits, and I don't mean you have to sit with your mouth like this all the time, but when you're just resting, is your tongue completely suctioned to the roof of your mouth, or is it dangling down in the base of your mouth?
Mm-hmm.
And that can show sometimes. Like if you're like, why do I have a double chin? It's not because your chin is fat. It's because your tongue is in the wrong spot.
And it's because those muscles aren't engaged.
Yes. We can fix those things. I actually can't fix those things. There are a lot of things I can do. This is a limitation of
we
mine.
Can't. No, we can't. Actually, I feel really confident in being able to do a lot of that.
Things.
I have not completed my certification on all the craniosacral stuff, but I'm really close to it if I'd ever go back to sit down and take the class and pass the test. But I do have a lot of exercises we can do that I have went and got specialized training in, because man, our mouth is the gatekeeper to a lot of things. We've talked about the brain-gut connection and how that all starts at our mouth. We have talked a lot about our vagus nerve and how much that is in our on and off switch for our stress response. That all ties in. Like, our mouth and how it operates with the rest of our body is amazing.
I would also say if your infant doesn't sleep well, myofascial therapist, right? Like if your small child doesn't sleep well, doesn't calm themselves well, doesn't regulate themselves well. And I'm not trying to lecture to you guys, because funny enough, the other day I was you don't doctor your family well. I don't know. Anyhow, I was looking at my kiddo and I was like, I wonder what her mouth is like, because she's kind of been a bad sleeper. I looked at her mouth and I was like, oh wow. We should probably figure that out, kid. Bedwetting can be sleep apnea all day long. Can also be mold exposure, but sleep apnea is an easier one to fix.
So guys, just a reminder, like, none of this replaces medical advice. Like, please go talk to your medical team, your providers, if that's us, if that's someone different. But we just want to kind of put a little bug in your ear that, like, sometimes there's other things that we can try, or perspectives that maybe we haven't considered yet. And both of us really believe that our body works as an entire unit, and so everything has to flow and function well and talk to each other in order to be at an optimal state. And so if any of these things have kind of been eye-opening to you, let us know. Like, I'll do my best to try to get some videos out next week about some tongue exercises and things that we can do. But even as I'm just talking, guys, I'm like, ooh, I haven't done that in a while, because the back of my tongue is like pretty wide and filling my mouth. And on an average day, we don't think about that, where our tongue is placed in our mouth, and if we have separated it and given it attention and worked on it recently.
I think Friday, what we'll bring to you Friday, so tune in on Friday, is what are some simple things you can do with your tongue to help strengthen it. And these don't replace a myofascial therapist or me or Madison or your provider, but they can help.